The wait is over for the beginning of today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for your patience. We do have all the players in. We are just waiting for them to ready up, and it looks like that is it. We're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and double check that we have the banner correct, and then we will get right into the commentary of the game, guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to have B.Fly taking on the side of Szec. Both of the teams needing to take the wins here. B.Fly for, of course, seeding, as they are sitting at the top of the bracket right now, and Szec because they need to start getting some wins under their belt so they can have a chance of pushing into the top 4. Of course, this is going to be their hardest opponent of the entire league, basically. But at the same time, I definitely feel like they have a good chance of making it if they can show strong. They've definitely shown good games against other teams. I've been impressed against them by their play before. So we'll see what they can go ahead and do. We do have the... Let me go ahead and turn this off real quick. We do have the... Team's correct, so we'll go ahead and get right into the introduction so we can get into the commentary of the game. We have Outsider picking up the Zarya for the side of B.Fly. Fisher going to be picking up a Genji. Casper going to be picking up a Tracer. We have Tinia going to be picking up the Lucio. There's a Junkrat for Happy Thermia. Interesting decision there. Might be changing that up. And Velen going to be picking up a, Reaper, and it looks like he's a sub. Over for the side of Szec, we have Hax is going to be picking up the Zarya. We have Jazz going to be picking up the Soldier. Corazon going to be picking up the Pharah. We have Mendizil going to be picking up the Mercy. We have Imis going to be picking up the Lucio, and that leaves Fnatic over here onto the Reaper, and then we have a fight already coming out. Looks like the teams are going to clash over here by the medium health pack. Not too much going on, but Fisher going to be getting the first kill of the fight so far. He's going to be picking up the kill onto Hax, and now he's going to be dashing around looking for more kills. It looks like they're just going to corral the side of Szec back into near their spawn, and near this, I guess, Moonlander. They're going to pretty much clean them up. That's going to be a full team wipe, and the side of B.Fly is going to go ahead and take the first point on Lijiang Tower, specifically the control tower iteration. We're going to go ahead and switch over to Fisher here. Of course, he's one of the better Genjis right now in Europe. Definitely one that I think you should be watching out for. Going to be going on to the Reaper here. Pre-deflecting. That's a little bit of a misuse of deflect there, but they do have the barrier to go ahead and get him out. He's going to go ahead and just pop the Dragon Blade as soon as he farms it up, and he's going to be getting a double kill. Make it a triple kill. Going on to the Lucio. Going to be getting a quad kill as well, taking out or helping take out Hax, and that's going to be into the team kills. Of course, Velen cleaning up Corazon, and that's going to be all 6 members of Szec getting cleaned up. A little bit of emote coming out from Fisher, as he might know what's going on. Jazz going to be switching up over here to his Soldier, or picking up the Soldier, going to be trying to change things around for his team. He's had this since the beginning, but they need to get something done with it. Needs to get the good tracking going. Outsider actually going to be taking out Imis, and it looks like Fnatic's going to be taken out as well by the other Reaper, as there is a Resurrection coming out, but there's a huge Graviton Surge going to be hitting on 4 or 5 people into a Pulse Bomb by Casper. Getting the quad kill. Fnatic are going to be ripping out the Death Blossom, doing a double kill himself, but not enough as his team is just falling apart around him. But man, that Graviton Surge into the quad Pulse Bomb, doing a lot of damage. And now the side of Szec down 60% on the point, not going to have a good chance into the rest of this game. They really need to get something going here. They do have sights available from their Soldier, but it's really going to take a lot of teamwork and a lot of effective play here for them to be able to get something going. They're down a lot of time and down a lot of tempo. Again, those sights could do a lot, though. We'll look for him to use it. Bubbles going down by Winston's going to prevent a lot of that damage. It looks like the cleave is just too good, as Fisher went ahead and ripped out that Dragon Blade. We didn't have the audio cue, unfortunately, but the cleave from Winston plus the Dragon Blade, because they both cleave, dealing 54 damage a second as Winston. The Dragon Blade does 120 damage per swing, so you're basically doing 170 damage per second in those combinations, and another Graviton Surge going to be hitting on the entirety of Szec, and they're just going to get absolutely cleaned up at their spawn. This is just not what you want to see for them, and this is not how you want to start the league day, unfortunately for them. They really need to come out strong against the side of Bananafly, not only because that they need to win their games and they need to get ahead in the league and they need to start getting more wins under their belt, but also because, frankly speaking, if you're going to take these games against B.Fly, you need to come out really strong at the beginning, and it's just not the way that it's looking for them right now. We are going to award a little blue dot over to the side of B.Fly and get into the next map, the Night Market of Lijiang Tower. This is one of the, I think this is one of the better points, in my opinion. As far as conflict goes, you have a lot more options as a team. You have the catwalk around the back with the medium health pack. You have all these windows. You have main. And, of course, there is the little window. So, we'll be getting right into the match, guys. Teams will be clashing here. It looks like both teams are going to be going just down main. B.Fly a little quicker out of the gates and a little bit more on their toes, as they're going to be hitting onto the golden statues first. And now there's going to be a little bit of fight. Happy Thermia getting cleave on a little bit, but actually he's going to be finding up the Mercy, and that's not good. They found the Mercy, zoning her back, and it looks like they're going to isolate Jazz as he gets cleaned up. Corazon going to be the next one that gets isolated, and then Min is going to be taken out as well. And Outsider is going to be the one cleaning that up, with Velen getting another kill, and now Casper going to be getting a whole another one as they're just cleaning up the side of Szec right now. I believe that was actually a double kill total for Casper, as Tinia is going to be cleaning up one himself on the Lucio. Got to give your support something, guys. As we will be having the side of Szec pushing in, trying to get something done. Corazon, great rocket. That's what they need to start this. They need to continue off this momentum. They're down, or the side of B.Fly is down a hero, but it looks like Fisher isn't just going to let that happen. He's going to be getting one kill. Velen going to be actually stealing it from him, getting the double kill, and now it's going to be hunting down onto Hax. Hax is super low, getting healed up, but it's not enough. Resurrection going to be absolutely massive, though, coming out from Mindizel, but might be not enough as there's a Dragon Blade coming out. Velen going to be getting a double kill. Casper's actually switched over to a Widowmaker, and we have the side of B.Fly just showing absolute dominance in this match right now in the deflection from Fisher right into the face of Fnatic as he shotgun blasts himself to death. And the side of Szec going to have to back up, figure things out, and you can see here Fisher going to be getting the aggression going right out the gate. They don't want to give them any opportunity to get set up. This is what you want to do in a good game, or any competitive game, to be fair, but Overwatch definitely, when you're leading, oh, Earthshatter, screw that. That's a huge Earthshatter, hitting on a total of 4. Jazz going to be maybe getting an opportunity for his team, but Outsider's going to shut it down immediately, killing him, and the question is, can they get more off of this right now? It doesn't really look like it, as the blue team is just surrounded by red. Fisher going to be getting a double kill, and Outsider with himself getting a double kill. Fisher going to be making it a triple kill, and now it looks like B.Fly is just absolutely shredding the side of Szec here on Lijiang Tower, and there's really just no hope right now if they don't get something going. That kind of Earthshatter, that 4-man Earthshatter, that's what you expect to give you that kind of opportunity, but Jazz, maybe, again, the only man right now getting kills for his team, doing everything he can. Casper, though, just being an absolute nuisance, playing an absolutely aggressive Widowmaker, should get punished here by Corazon. If he doesn't get punished, this would be absolutely embarrassing, and he does get punished, and it does look like the side of Szec might have a little bit of a chance to do something. Corazon in the back and be able to get some good rocket spam, but no, Happy shuts that down immediately. He's on that Winston, doing everything he can, and there's a Lucio going down. Fisher going to be busting out that Dragon Blade, going to be going for more kills, going to be getting a double kill, looks like maybe. No, they're just spawn camping right now. And guys, this is unfortunately a display of pecking order right now, as the side of B.Fly is going to get a quick 1-0 in this series, and man, B.Fly looking strong, of course, that they need to. They've been showing up quite a bit lately in the tournaments they've been playing in. Give Fisher a little bit of respect here. Of course, this Genji plays something disgusting. Deflects the rocket straight back into his face. And then a Dragon Blade to clean up some more kills. Of course, Genji's seeing a lot more play right now, guys. You know, Dragon Blade is one of those abilities that I feel like it doesn't get a lot of discussion. You know, obviously it does in a puck sense and on Reddit and stuff like that. But when you look at competitive games, you kind of like play Genji like a 1-2 punch, right? Like the first fight, Genji's playing around in the back, harassing, getting a lot of damage done, poking with shurikens, maybe getting onto your Mercy, killing her, maybe it's another squishy target in the background like the Lucio. But then the second part of the punch is when you have that Dragon Blade, he presents a threat that can pretty much wipe an entire team regardless of what position they're in, as far as ultimate status goes, or as far as overall positioning goes, right? If the Genji plays it correctly, in theory, every single time the Genji should be able to net at least 2 kills with the Dragon Blade. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is one of those abilities, too, that if you waste it, because it is... It's a long charge up. You have to pull out the blade. He has to say the full voice line, and then that's when the entire ult meter is charged down, and then that's when you can that's when you actually can start doing damage with it. However, the caveat to that is obviously if you get killed during that, the big deal is that you no longer have the blade at all, right? So if you pull it out and it ticks to the 8-second timer and you haven't done anything and you die, you waste the entirety of Dragon Blade. So it is balanced in that respect. Hollywood is going to be the next map. It is a hybrid map. Hybrid maps being one of my favorite. Hollywood specifically being one of my favorite maps right now. I think Hollywood has a very, as Hex says a lot, compositional diversity on this map is very good. Has a lot of different styles of play that you can access. You can use Deathball pushes down on the second phase, on the first phase. You can use verticality-based compositions, tempo-based compositions. You can use Widow-based compositions. You can do a lot of stuff on this map. And then, of course, on the last point, we see a lot of Reaper play. And on this first point, we do even see some Torbjorn. Now, Emmy's going to be picking that up for his team here. We'll see how that works out for him. Torbjorn hasn't been the most popular at the highest tier of competitive play right now. The main reason of that being that he has substantial issues when it comes to the triple tank burst or bust comps that have been coming out, right? If you run a Zarya, Roadhog, sometimes Winston, but very rarely, Reinhardt mainly is the third tank. You usually run a Reaper with it. You usually bust out a Soldier, or Mercy and Lucio, sorry, and then Reaper is usually, but Pharah is another good choice. Genji has been one that's commonly run with that, because what you can do with the Genji is dash through, you can bubble the Zarya, so there's a lot of combos with that, but the point is that is an incredibly aggressive burst, and it's meant to win the first fight and take the point off the first point. So if you, uh-oh, we might need to go back to lobby here. We'll see if he gets back in time, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go back to lobby, guys, unfortunately. But yeah, but the problem with Torbjorn is if those bursts get in and break your setup, then you're done, right? Like, what did Torbjorn do? You never built up armor. Your turret never got any damage out. So it's like, it's hard, right? Because if you're not, if you're playing the cards wrong, the way I like to think about it, honestly, is like, playing the first point on defense is like playing the poker game, right? Like, it's like playing a blind draft in a MOBA, where you have no idea what they're going to pick. You can't change up your comp as the defense. You have no hope to. If you do, most likely, like, the thing is your ults are so important on the defense that it's probably usually not worth changing your composition if your ult charge is anywhere near it, because you need those ultimates to stall time and give yourself opportunities to win. So if you switch to, you know, other heroes and you waste those ultimates, then you come into a problem for the next push, where the offense most likely has been building up their ultimates because they haven't needed to switch comps because they've already picked a comp that should counter yours. So as the defense, you really need to kind of play this like blind pick game where you're like, okay, we think they're going to play a burst comp, but we need to be able to sustain for a decent amount of time. Well, we can't run Torbjorn and Symmetra, so maybe we just run one, maybe we run both and we risk it. I don't know. Sometimes teams have been running none. They've been running Lucio, Mercy. They've been running Soldier, Reaper, Roadhog, and Pharah on the defense. That's been like the most common. I would say that's like the standard right now that you'll see on Hollywood especially. Pharah's also taken the place of Junkrat, amazingly enough. I think that's also because Junkrat's just had major problems dealing with Pharah, right? Like, you can't lob grenades into the air. You can't hit a Pharah flying through the air. It's kind of like an obvious thing, right? But like at the same time, when Pharah becomes popular, then what do you do as Junkrat? Well, you either pick Junkrat and insulate him with multiple hit scans, i.e. a Soldier and McCree, or a Soldier and a Widowmaker, which kind of makes your defense kind of weak in and of itself, right? Because you don't want that much hit scan nowadays. You want more burst, more siege damage. You want the Roadhog and the Junkrat. So, like, you're in this weird compositional situation, so why not just remove the Junkrat and play the Pharah instead? It bursts the barrier in the same sense, although you can't cover a choke as well with the grenade spam off of multiple angles hitting into the same spot. You can do a fair bit. But again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for your patience through these delays. We apologize, of course. The internet, the vehicle of esports technology, it is it can be quite the issue sometimes, can delay things quite a bit. We'll see what the ruling is. Of course, the admin is in here, so he'll be helping us make decisions as far as that goes. I'm not going to kick this to music yet, guys, because there's still hope that it'll be coming back, but I am going to go ahead and kick it to the waiting screen, so at least you guys have something that is somewhat moving around to look at on your screen. And it looks like, unfortunately, Corazon just saying in chat that it looks like they are going to have to go ahead and forfeit. We'll see if that's confirmed, though. But that is what it looks like it might happen, guys. Unfortunately, it will be a 2-0 to the side of B.Fly. Szec having troubles getting a team fielded together for these first games. But that being said, guys, we have more games. Despite that, I will double check. It looks like the admin is confirming that. So it looks like, unfortunately, guys, or fortunately, if you're a fan of B.Fly, they are going to go ahead and get the 2-0 default win. But at the same time, guys, unfortunately for the side of Szec, it's an unfortunate elephant in the room, but they are going to have to go ahead and forfeit based on the fact that their player has just gone missing. Internet goes out, whatever it is. Stuff happens. That's the way of life. It's really unfortunate. But as far as that goes, guys, our next match will be in 30 minutes. We will have more matches, of course, today, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. I do want to emphasize that we have 2 more matches. We have a double feature of Other Team. If you haven't watched Other Team yet, they are a Team Fortress, or sorry, not a Team Fortress. They are a Battlefield 4 team, I believe, competitive team switching over to Overwatch over the last few months. They've been doing a very good job, competing very well. Kama is going to be the first opponent that they're facing. They are one of the better teams in the league. They're doing well with the standings, which you can type !bracket to get more information on. If you guys enjoyed the small bit of casting that I got in for you guys, as far and unfortunate because of the forfeit, you can follow me at RaptorsOW on Twitter. You can check out my content at StratWatch, Google search it, YouTube search it. It's an analysis series I do breaking down Overwatch. But definitely, before you follow me or check that out, definitely follow the channel. Definitely check out at Supestar Esport on Twitter and give them some love as they're hosting this. And Mythic is putting forth the website, all of this content, and of course the 240 EU prize at the end, guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and kick it to some music, get you guys a timer. Our next match will be in 30 minutes, and we'll be featuring one of the better matches of today of Kamaz.